Hi and welcome to the Imperfect Farm channel. So today we're going to be installing a garage ceiling lift. So this is storage. It's a 4x4. It's by the brand Fleximounts. It's their model GL1, and it has a metal 4x4 like grid, and with the lift you twist it and it lifts it up out of the way so you can still park your car in there, and you get additional storage in your garage that you didn't have. So I'm looking forward to try this out and see if it works for us. So yeah, let's get to it. Look at that. It's all up there. All right, let's get to opening this thing and see how it looks. Oh, that's really nice. Well done. Oh, I see. So all the cables are already connected. And let's see. Bolts. So just looking this over, it's pretty solid stuff. There's an installation template. We'll find out what that's all about. I mean, I'm sure it's in the installation guide. But these brackets are pretty impressive. I mean, they're pretty solid metal. And then one other thing I noticed, this is the rack. Pretty solid piece here. It's a 4x4. It's all contiguous, so you don't have to piece it all together. I'm sure there's some support things that go along it to, you know, make it one solid flat piece, but that's what we're going to find out in the instructions. So, or I guess that's the installation guide. But again, you know, it's pretty solid stuff, and it looks like pretty strong cables. And we'll see. I'm going to give this a read and kind of figure out what we do with the installation template, and we'll show that process. Okay, I'm just making sure that I have 48-inch studs. So our ceiling joist, yeah, that's 48. And then I want to see, because I have these ridges on this ceiling, so I want to make sure that I can fit it in between. And I think so. It looks like 48 is somewhere in the middle on both sides. So that's great. Now we'll get on to checking out this template. So in the instructions, there's this template here, and it's this. You know what? Template's fantastic, and now it makes sense why they sent some tape. Came with a little bit of tape to go up there. So I guess the next step is get this template set where we want it, and then I guess mark it for mounting the mounts. I think this is going to be pretty easy. So I got to be honest, I'm pretty impressed with this thing. It's a whole cardboard layout. It's like the right spacing. It looks like the holes are for the brackets. I mean, this is going to make it really simple. You know, I just got to get up there on the ladder and tape it off, and I got the template installed. It's I'll tape up there, line up with the studs. And I really like the idea of the installation template. Now, I had some struggles because our ceiling has the metal, basically metal siding off of a building. So it looks pretty, but I have the little ridges, and it's also kind of cold out, and so the metal has got a little bit of dampness to it. So the tape was just struggling to stick, and then I'm fighting with those ridges. Now, if you had open studs or open ceiling joists, and or even sheetrock and nice and flat, this would be a lot easier to install. I probably had the most challenging to install, but it got up there, and I like the idea that everything's lined up. So now I got to look at the manual, but I believe, you know, you set your screws up there, and then once the mounts are up there, I guess you tie the base to it. So let's get to that step. Okay, so I ran into a bit of a challenge, and it's due to my ceiling. This is not a common ceiling, but this one section here, you see the ribs going right through the middle. I'll do a little bit of adapting. Basically this one bracket, I'll shift it over a little bit. I don't see why there'd be a problem, because that is the part that holds the cable. It's not like the mount. So okay, that is the last bracket in position. So now I'm gonna hook up the hardware and see how it lines up. Okay, I'm gonna put the raising bar on. The brackets are installed. So it slides over, and a little tricky there, it wants to spin. So it slides in there, and then the bar slides in this side. All right, so there's two holes on the bracket, one here and one on the other side. And then to keep it from like coming back out, you slide these through, and then you attach a nut on the back side, and then you tighten those up, and that keeps it from sliding out because the center part slides. And then there's the other hole. We'll get a bolt on. All right, now that we have the center bolts on, which are there, right here, there's two more adjustments to keep this base in line. Well, it's coming along. It's all up there. We have these long cables. So then this cable here goes up through the top bracket on the other side where the pulleys are. And then I think you basically level it out, and then you attach the cable. Okay, got the mounting up there. So now we're going to get the rack and set it out and put it together. Here's the rack. Down here, some side pieces that go on right here. Okay, that's how these work. There's these hooks. They slide down in there, and then you put your nut on the bottom. And nut on the bottom. And then that hooks over here. And then the sides will, the cable connection hooks there. So you put 3 of these on, and then you tighten them up all the way on both sides. All right, the rack's all together. One tip though is to not over tighten these too much, otherwise it just bends the rack. So just basically take it flush to the bottom of the threads there. All right, I got everything connected. I'm gonna try cranking it up. One of the cool things about this one is you can actually put a power drill on it, but see it lift off the table there, look at that. We've got a long ways to go. But I should actually put some stuff on it. It's nice and sturdy, hold 300 pounds. So I think I'm gonna get the power drill to actually lift it up higher. But that's a nice thing. You can take this handle off right here and then add a power drill to it and go up. All right, I found the perfect stuff. These things are on top of my my toolbox, and I need them out of my way anyway. So let's put these on here. Throw these on here. An axle for a quad. Throw this one here. Okay, looks like it's pretty solid. I'm going with power drill and lift this thing up. So needed a power drill for that. But look how much room there is. That's kind of, I mean, I can't reach that. But now that stuff's out of my way. That's a perfect solution. Look at that. It's all up there.
Look at that.
Now I got my toolbox back. What?
The toolbox is open.
Yeah. Okay, so what is the wife's opinion about it?
Well, I like it. I like that it's a graded bottom so that it doesn't feel dark in here. Even though you have stuff on it, there's still light shining around it, and I like it.
What I have on here now, these are all future project stuff. So the nice thing, I can just lift it up out of the way and bring it back down for, you know, whatever the next project is. I think this is an ATV axle, so that's going to go on. But it's quick and easy out of the way, but I can drop it back down. For me, my ceiling here is 9 feet 8 inches. It says it's good for 9 to 8, but I mean 9-8, it comes down to table height, and that's perfect. I mean, it can hold up to 300 pounds and it's solid in there, and you know, I'm liking it. Some of the pros are, you know, it gets it out of the way. You know, I can bring my car in here, back in here, and it's going to be out of the way. So the extra cables for safety, I mean, I don't feel like it's going to fall. The ability to use either your hand or a power drill to lift the thing, that's another good thing. I guess one of the cons is the hand crank. If you do it by hand, it's going to take you a while. I mean, I don't know if that's really a con. I mean, you don't have to take it up and down a lot, but they give the option to equip a power tool to it. So yeah, now it's installed, and I've got the few things on here, lifted them up, lifted them down. It works really well. You know, I'm impressed with this. It's solid. The safety features, the ease of lifting up and down with the power drill. I mean, actually, I really love that. By hand, it would take a while, but and it's gonna get this stuff out of my way and get it off my toolbox, and then just lift it up out of the way, pull my car back in, and we're good to go. And I was even eyeballing the other side of the garage. You know, I wouldn't mind even adding another one right there. So I would give this a high recommendation. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll provide a link to this product in the description, so get one for yourself.